Matthew Kelly, an Australian Catholic, but very well-known author and speaker in the Catholic community, has said that the Catholic Church is a sleeping giant. She is. She's an incredible sleeping giant. She's just asleep. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up for all of us in different ways in our life. It's a good Christmas and Advent theme, but it's a good theme throughout the year that we need to wake up. We need not to be a sleeping giant, but we need to get up and be the giant church that Jesus formed from the very beginning. And there's many ways you can illustrate the giantness, the fact that we're sleeping when we wake up. The way I choose to do it today is to follow the line with the scriptures today. Jesus is talking about us loving one another. He uses that wonderful image that you no longer are servants when he's speaking to his apostles, that you are my friends. It reminds us that God is not just ordering his minions around. In fact, in Despicable Me, if it wasn't the fact that he was a villain, that might not be a bad analogy, because the minions do whatever they want. But God wants us not to just be minions. God does not want us to just be servants. God wants us to be friends. The best way that this could be illustrated is that when we are all children at one time in our lives. Some of us are that right now. We have this relationship with our parents that is authoritative, but real and loving. There is a reality for you young people. You may not think of it right now. There will come a point when you and your parents will become and can become friends, mature adult friends together. It may freak you out right now. There will always be your mom and dad. I don't call my dad Roland or my mother Colette. I call them mom and dad. But they are adult friends of mine now. That's what the kind of relationship God asks of us as we are ready, as we grow and mature in our Christian faith, to become adult friends. It means that when you are doing the work of God, God doesn't keep you in the dark. God helps you to understand what you are doing and how it begins to fit into his wider purposes. He wants that from us. He wants us to wake up and become more and more each day adult friends of him. Which means of us that we need to mature. We can't make excuses the same way we do as children. We've got to grow up. And part of growing up is understanding what it means to love. Now, Jesus showed us by his service. We see this so powerfully on Holy Thursday when the priest goes down and imitates Christ, our master, our servant, our friend. How he goes down and washes the feet. He serves the people. Now, we call that service another word in the church. It means the same thing. It comes from the same Latin word anyway. It means ministry, to serve. Minister, to serve. When we serve one another in small ways or big ways, it doesn't really matter as long as it's done with love. We are imitating Christ. We are like I do and how Christ did at the Last Supper where he washed the feet of the disciples. We are getting on our knees, rolling up our sleeves, and getting to work, serving Christ in others out of love. The way the church in the last little while, trying to be very biblical in her understanding, has used the term stewardship instead, trying to help us understand that it's part of what we have a responsibility for, that we are stewards of God's gifts to us. They use these wonderful terms of time, talent, and treasure. Today I'm going to focus on the talent, with a wonderful census, ministry, call to service kind of thing. But the reality is we give of our time because it's important to us. We give also of our money and also of our talents. It's interesting with time, our talents, and our treasure, that what we do with that, if we were to make a pie chart of those things, because we're all excited about making pie charts, if we were able to make a pie chart of that and graph that, we would be able to tell what we love. What do you give your time to? What do you give your money to? What do you give your talents to? Will show what and whom you love. So when I talk about this, it's very dear to the Scriptures. That God wants to make sure you give a portion that is adequate and more than adequate. It's generous of your love and to love one another. We give of our time. I always think with time, I know time encompasses both time and talent. Whenever I think of time, I think of prayer. That we need to give God time first. It's important. Prayer is wasting time with God. I don't think it's wasting time. It may not seem to us activist kind of people that we're doing anything, but it is the greatest investment you'll ever make is the amount of time you give to God each day in prayer. Doesn't need to be a lot. Just needs to be enough to say, I love you, God, first in my life. But the same is true of money. Old school almost. I don't know how long it will last, but we still have cash. It seems to be keeping a steady thing in the world. But Jesus talks a lot about money. Makes sense. We need money to do everything. Especially in our modern world, we need money to buy things, to do whatever we're doing in the world. And the Bible speaks about that, money in its different forms. It's not quite paper money like we have today. But it talked about it in the last book of the Old Testament. Speaking about tithing, you give your tenth to the Lord. That they were being asked, we're robbing you. The Lord said, you're robbing me. Well, how are you robbing me? You're robbing me in your tithes and your offerings. You're not giving of what I have given you back. That's what we're doing. Whenever we give to God, give to charity, we're really not giving something that is our own. We're giving what God has given back, and back enough that we remember from whence all of this comes. What's fascinating about that is just when we talk about it, people get all weirded out. Oh, calm down. Jesus talked a lot about money because that's where we hide a lot of what we love, isn't it? But with money, when you give a chance to give to charity and to the church, for sure, it helps you to be balanced about money. The same with all the other commandments. It's not that you have to do everything all the time for God. You do everything for God. But I mean, not every time, moment you have to spend in church or spend all your money on the church and these kind of things. But what's good is you do enough that it reminds you of what's most important and keeps your priorities straight. That's the key with it all. Just out of curiosity, of the average giver in this parish, we have envelope users, people who use envelopes who have their tracked so they can get charity receipts at the end of the year. What do you think is the average give of one person in this parish, or envelope user? It could be a family. What do you think it is? What's your guess? What do you think it is? Exactly. That's why I have the $5. It's not really what I had in my pocket. Actually, it's a little more. It's $5 and a few cents. That's how we pay for everything in this church. It won't even pay for a Big Mac meal. Maybe a Big Mac, barely. You'd have to beg for a few pieces of silver to get it. Definitely is really close to a good cup of coffee. Absolutely. But that's a week. A friend of mine, a priest, he figured it out. He was at St. Thomas More, but the number works good here. He said what the appropriate amount of money. He said, if you want a concrete number that helps you out, an appropriate amount of money that would help us not just get paycheck to paycheck. Right now, that's what we're doing. We're fine. We're making it paycheck to paycheck. But if we wanted to not have to come to ask you for money when we need to do our roof, or if we need to do a parking lot, or we need to do different big item maintenance things, we'd have to increase the amount. If we wanted to be able to pay and get solid dynamite youth ministers here and all these other kinds of things, more what we need, like really take a step forward. If we want to, in this community, especially this community, reach out in a substantial way to the poor and the needy within our community, we'd have to step up. And he said what would be more than enough is $100 a family per month. So $25 a week, more or less. But $100 per family, not for every individual in that family if there's two income earners, but per family. Even, as Father Marc Cramer, the rector of the cathedral, said to me, even if they just give their first hour of the week to the Lord, Whatever you earn, small or big, if you do that, my thing is give whatever is the lesser amount. But giving that on a regular basis allows this church not just to go paycheck to paycheck, but to put some money away, to take care of future projects, and take care of the future young people of this parish. Makes you think. Good. That's what we need to think. How much do we give of our time and our treasure? But today I want to focus mostly on our talent. See, how we serve one another is one way in which we get down on our knees, roll up our sleeves, and wash the feet of our brothers and sisters we serve. And it could be small to big. It really doesn't matter. I've done a lot of big things. It's amazing how the small things are more personal, absolutely. But what we're doing in the parish is just giving you the opportunity. I would ask the ushers if they could hand these out, these surveys out, and they'll give you pencils and all that. And it was somebody pointed out to me an experience that they had when they were down in Australia. The priest put these kind of surveys out, a ministry survey, and he said, you know, this parish doesn't run itself. It doesn't. It doesn't pay for itself neither. This parish needs you. Jesus needs you in his church. We all need to pitch in. We're one big family. Pope Benedict XVI called a parish a family of families. We are part of God's family, and we all pitch in like you do with your normal families. Everybody pitches in with money. Everybody pitches in with their effort, chores. It's important that we need your efforts. And the key, though, with this, and it's I would be so excited, but my thing is, it's not a question of whether I will serve or not within my community. You adjust it to your busyness. You adjust it to how much you can give. That doesn't matter. I don't care how much you give. I care that you all give in terms of your service to your community, to the community at large. My goal would be every single one of you serve. It's not a question of whether you serve or not, because if you're a Christian, it's not a question of whether you serve or not. Is it what you will do? Now, that's an important question that each of you have to answer your own. You're all of different levels of busyness with your family and your work. But please do not deprive yourself of the opportunity of following after Christ and getting down on your knees, rolling up your sleeves, and serving your brothers and sisters. So to help that out, what we've combined is a census for the parish and a call to service. And when we've tried to list as many, if not all, of the things that are going on in the parish, we've going to miss things, and believe me, we will update this. We plan to do this regularly within our community. But I just want to go through this little survey. The beginning part is very easy. It's just information. You filled out so many darn forms that you know exactly what you need to do. But this helps the office out to know who you are, make sure our information, your address is all up to date. We keep track of all of you so that we just have accurate information if we need to contact you and so forth and all that. It even gives information if you'd like to donate, if you're not doing that right now, to the parish, but also to use what we have in the parish, pre-authorized debit. You use this all the time with paying your bills and stuff like that. It's an opportunity just a monthly basis to have your donation. You can choose once a year or whatever you want to do, how much you'd like to give, and you can just tell us where you want to give it, and it'll just take it out of your account every month. If you want to do that, it's an awesome thing. Otherwise, there's the traditional envelopes that you have. Please, though, if you're giving money into our collection, please consider actually getting envelopes, because we really want to give you money back from your government that's more than willing to give. And once you give above $200 a year, you'll get half of that back in a tax credit. So think about that. Keep track of it. You're putting money. Tons of people put money into the collection without ever getting it tracked. Think about that if you're not doing it. It's a wonderful, simple way. But that's the first page. And I'm going through this because this is awesome. We have 3 pages of ministry services this parish has been doing for years, and a few things we've added in there. It's a wonderful place to look at. The first part is letting know what regular mass you go to for this regular time and for our summertime. By knowing that, we can know where you'd be able to serve if you're serving within one of the ministries during Mass. The first ones we put up are liturgical ministries. That's all the people who come up here and help out to make sure that we can worship every Sunday weekend. Everything from adult servers to our altar servers here, awesome as they are. We also, for adult service, for funerals, for extraordinary ministry of communion, people will come up and give communion to all of you. It's a wonderful opportunity. And if you want to do some of these things, put your name beside it in the survey and hand it in today. Ushers, these wonderful people that help you be seated to take care of the collection and all that. Children liturgy leaders, children liturgy helpers. We have children's liturgy at the 10:30 morning Mass. We could do this with every Mass if we had enough people. But we need to have enough people to help out. You go once a month. Isn't that awesome? Have people who are greeters that greet the people as you come into the church. And parking we have on there, just for parking lot ministry. The idea of helping people to keep Christian out in our parking lot, especially where they park, and making sure our seniors have a place. Our seniors and the more people that are struggling with the ability to walk and all that can have our near parking lot and just help people out in general. And a mass facilitator. Once a month, someone to make sure a Mass that everything is just on task. Somebody make sure behind the scenes to help out. That's just the Mass. That's what most of us know and see what happens, but there's so much more. This is behind the scenes. We have sacristans, people who clean all the vessels, make sure the baptismal font is all taken care of, make sure our church is taken care of before you even get here. We have people who launder our Mass linens, people who launder our elves and for the altar servers and things like that. We have art and environment, the people that you never see that decorate our church so beautifully. We have people who take care of our inside plants. Simple thing, it needs to be watered, those poor things would die. But people take care of the gardening, the outside. We have a few people who are taking care of that right now, but it's so much around that would beautify and make our church beautiful to everybody. Something nobody will ever see you do. They'll just see the fruit of what you do. Some people have actually been cleaning our pews and straightening them out after every Mass. It's a very simple service, but you just show you care to the next person who's coming to worship that day. Pastoral care is just caring for the people of God in a different way. And pastoral care to the sick and the shut-ins is just taking communion to them, the visiting. A wonderful silent ministry that most of us never see other people doing, except the people that are shut in at homes or are in our care homes that need people to come and visit. A very simple ministry that can be done at any time. Bereavement committee, it's just helping plan funerals and support grieving families. A wonderful opportunity to extend a helping hand. Extraordinary ministry of community helping over at the Misericordia Hospital. I don't know if you know this. There's people who go there on a regular basis to bring communion to people in the hospital. It's a wonderful ministry to our local hospital. A prayer chain. Never thought of this. You don't even have to leave your own home. We have a prayer chain, a list of people who are willing to pray for other people. It's a wonderful, wonderful, simple ministry. A prayer shawl ministry. Ever heard of this before? They need up prayer shawls people can wear. And they give them to people. They pray while they're making them, and they give them to people. It's amazing how healing and touching it is to receive a shawl that has been made just for you. I had this happen to me. I was in ministry at Prayer Shawl, my last parish. And one of the parishioners came up to me and she said while she was making it, she felt very strongly that this prayer shawl should go to my mother. So I said, okay. A couple days later, my mother fell from a stroke. And of course, I was beside myself emotionally until I looked at the prayer shawl and realized that God was already taking care of my mother. And I imagine that's how a lot of people who make these prayer shawls feel, that through them, God is taking care of people. What a wonderful, simple ministry if you know how to knit, if you know how to crochet. Committees and councils, what everybody fears within a church. But we discern upon people who volunteer, who would be interested in serving. We have Parish Pastoral Council, a council that sits together to discuss how we can better serve our parish. We have a finance committee that takes care of the issues of money and the building and making sure that's taken care of. We have a maintenance committee. If you're the type of person that you don't want to be on a major committee, but you got a trade, you know how to take care of a building, things like that, we have a maintenance committee where you can be involved in making sure behind the scenes that this church is up to snuff. Vocations Committee is helping people discern their callings to the different vocations in the world. A ministry development, doing what I'm talking about today, just to help ministry develop and flourish within our parish in many different ways. Evangelization, reaching out to the outer community. Faith Formation, a committee that has brought you the symbol on, has brought you the Lighthouse Media Stand, who has done different things to help you form your faith. An ecumenical committee, just to work with our brothers and sisters in Church Row here in Collingwood. Interfaith that we have along this row, wonderful working community right now. We have sacramental preparation that's going on in our parish for baptism, confirmation, reconciliation, Eucharist, marriage, the rite of a Christian initiation of adults as people are converting to the faith. The same thing for children is going on, but you can volunteer and just be there and help out those different ways to help people become full members of the church sacramentally. You can help in assisting with things, just being there and helping with baptism celebrations. We have a church library, by the way. We just need people that are willing to go gung-ho with it, and we can let people know and we keep it up to track. We have a church library that people can use, another form of faith formation. We have food pickup and delivery. Do you know that? We pick up food and we deliver. People do that in our church community. We have a soup and bun kitchen that's been running for a few years. January, February, and March, they cook things downstairs in our kitchen, and we bring it out to people who are most need within our community. We have people who taking care of the kitchen, making sure it's clean and ready to be used. We have Vacation Bible School, which will happen in the last week of July, where we just bring kids together and they have a blast talking about the Bible and learning. And the more people we have to help out with that, the more children we can serve within our community. Just need leaders and helpers. Repairs and seasonal maintenance. If you're just the kind of person that wants to come along every so often to help out with things, that's where you can put your name. And if you just want more information, you're wondering, why am I going through this entire list? Because you need to know just what a wonderful opportunities you have within our church community. And this is not complete. There are many more things that people will think of that will remind us that need to be on this list that our community is doing. We have Tuesday prayer adoration. It's one of our best kept sleeping giant kind of things. We have adoration of the Blessed Sacrament. It's an opportunity where we pause with Christ between the moment you go for communion and the moment the priest or this minister gives you communion. You can pause and just spend time with Jesus. And you can pray. I've been talking about this. Father Carlos has been talking about this opportunity to come together on Tuesday and pray in our community. Just getting more information about that, maybe giving an hour once a month to come in and just sit with the Lord. Bring your newspaper. If you want to, bring a spiritual book. Come and pray with the Lord. It's just to spend time. You will realize you do that for a few times. Even if you just drop in, you'll never want to miss a Tuesday of doing that. We have young youth group in our parish. They're striving to just reach out to our young people. You youth, and for the young adults, if you just make one commitment to roll up your sleeves, get on your knees, and come one night, every single one of you, come to a youth meeting if you're within the youth and you're young adult, you come and you blast the place. You'll come a couple times, you'll realize, wow, what an awesome thing. Get past this kind of, I don't know, just come. Come together as Christians, wherever you happen to be in your walk of life. If that's all the service you do, you young people, you young adults, just come once or twice. Blast the group. Be a part of that. Make that effort. It's amazing how many people are forever helped by being part of a youth group and being part of a young adult group. Catholic Girls League, which has been going on for many years, young women are there. Ladies' Thursday morning Bible study, which has been going strong. Small Christian communities, the opportunity, if you just want to be involved in a small community of people that want to learn more about the faith, sign your name up for that. That's more information. We have wonderful groups like the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, which serves the poor and the needy within our community, often in complete silence. They serve the needy of our community. We have a social justice committee, which it's somewhere on here, it's on the other side. Yes, it's on the other side. Just forgot it when I was tipping over. They do the same kind of thing, just in a different way, to help the needy in our community in a different kind of way. Legion of Mary is going on, a wonderful group of service and prayer. The Catholic Women's League and the Knights of Columbus, those are two groups along with the Legion of Mary and the St. Vincent de Paul, that they do so much volunteer work within our community. I'm probably missing somebody, but it's amazing how much work they do. coming together. We have Grief Share, just wonderful caring and support for those who are grieving. A call to protect facilitator training, just someone who wants to help all of us learn how to better protect our children within church, but also in the wider area, and other needs. Take time. Look at this today before you leave. If you need more time, take it home. But take time today. If there's something that popped out of you when I was reading through the list, just take time. And write that down, your name, all the information. Take time. This is a call to service. This is a call to roll up your sleeves. Get down on your knees like Jesus. Do something. Mother Teresa said it this way: it doesn't matter how big the thing you do. Just do small things with great love. Do something. I would be just ecstatic if every single person in this room, young and old, did something to serve Jesus within our parish and ministry. The question is not whether you will do something or not. The question is what you'll do. The key, though, you'll find that when you desire and you choose to serve within the church, that you'll never stop. You will encounter the love of Christ in a profound way in serving your brothers and sisters. So choose to serve. Choose to love.